everyone, I'm Cruiser. I'm a longtime video game enthusiast, collector, and sometimes streamer on Twitch. Not as often as I'd like to, but hey, that's life. But today, I want to see if we can do something new, something I haven't done before, and we're going to try to mod my N64. Now, I've done minor soldering in the past. It's very simple things like LEDs and on-off switches for various projects, mostly costume related. But I've never done any soldering on chips or boards or anything like that. But I was looking around and I found Voultar's instructional video on his N64 RGB mod. And it looks super simple. So by no means is this an instructional video at all. It's just a chronicle of my journey and stumbling through modding my own N64. Hopefully you do learn something from it, and if you're interested to see how easy it is, stick around, check it out, we'll see what we've got going on, and if I can pull this off. Hopefully, we'll see. But his tutorial says it's for beginners. I more than qualify, so together we'll knock this thing out and see if it works. When I'm streaming, I play on a Sony Trinitron professional video monitor. For those unfamiliar with what that is, it's essentially a CRT television on steroids that displays the absolute best possible crisp, pixely goodness that retro games have to offer. The Sony PVM accepts RGB video through component cables. So today, we will be modifying a Nintendo 64 using Voultar's N64 RGB kit. This kit allows the N64 to output RGB over component cables with a Nintendo multi-out. Since most Nintendo consoles released between the SNES and GameCube use Nintendo's proprietary multi-out video port and have a variety of capabilities across these consoles, the good folks at HD Retrovision and modders like Voultar have come up with some great accessories that really get the most out of these retro systems. HD Retrovision makes a set of component cables that specifically utilize that Nintendo multi-out. Now that we have our Nintendo 64 here, we're going to flip it over and see if this is compatible with Voultar's mod kit. The one that I have is compatible with any serial number starting with NS1. So we flip it over and see, there we have NS1. These are super simple to take apart, but you always have to check to make sure that the memory pack or jumper pack is taken out first. If you see a red device installed right here, that is the expanded memory pack that only a handful of games utilized. Once that's out, set it aside. And only 6 screws hold this together, and we're going to speed things up. We are using a Nintendo game bit drive, a security bit, and we're going to speed up here. Once those 6 screws are off, we open it up, and we're not going to have to take a lot off here. There's only about a dozen or so screws that we actually have to remove. That large heat sink doesn't need to come off, so leave it be. And it looks as if this has been opened in the past. I'm not the first person to open this up because it appears to be missing a screw. Right there. Once you have all the screws out, pull the board out, flip it over, and see what we have here. There are different variations of the motherboard. This one is the CPU04, which means we will have to grab sync from the R16 via. This is Voultar's little mod, super small, and it just pops into place right here. A little bit of no clean flux, and here we go. Now we only have to solder the ports that have the white circles around them. Little isopropyl alcohol to clean things up. And we'll be putting a little extra solder on C124, C125, and C126. If I'm not mistaken, I believe these are capacitors, and that's where we'll be grabbing our video signal from. And now we'll grab our sync from R16. The last thing we need to do is modify the RF shield by bending this little tab right here, and that way it won't interfere with the chip. Only thing left to do is put it all together and see if it works. All right, here we go. First test. What better way than GoldenEye? Here we go. Yes. Oh, it looks so good. As good as an N64 can look. Right on. We did it. Nice. All right, it worked. And it was super easy. So I hope you guys watched that and enjoyed it. And if you have an N64 and you want to get into modding, I can honestly say from experience now, that was extremely simple. Again, never done this before, so if any of you out there who have done this a bunch and go, man, he sucks at soldering, yep, I do. But I gave it a shot. It works great. It looks great. I'm stoked, and hopefully things will calm down here shortly so I can get back to streaming on a more regular schedule. Now we can add some N64 stuff to the stable. But thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.